So then guys, welcome back to the TikTok. I did make a TikTok the other day saying that I will not be doing any Premier League predictions and stuff, but I want to get back to producing darts content for you guys. So screw everything that I said 2 weeks ago. More content, better than ever. Premier League, Euro Tour, Pro Tours, everything like that will be back. I just want to take a break away from doing content for some personal reasons, but I'm back with the content now, back with the predictions and stuff like that. So let's just get straight into it. Let's not sort of talk about why I've not been here for a long time and stuff, and let's get on with some predictions. So night 14 of the 2024 Premier League of Darts is in Aberdeen, Scotland. We're getting towards the very, very business end of the Premier League of Darts now. There's only 3 more nights of the league phase before we go into the playoffs. So there's some big chances for players to get into those playoff spots, and we're going to run through quarterfinal, semi-final and predictions for the final. So move on to quarterfinal 1, Peter Wright against Michael Smith. Again, I think this tournament has been nothing short of a disaster for Peter Wright, and I think himself will say that, from him looking at his performance at this tournament, it's been nothing short of a disaster. However, I do think that the Scottish crowd are going to be behind him, especially against an Englishman. I really do think that if he is going to win a night, it probably will be here. I'm actually going to go for Peter Wright to get past Michael Smith in this first quarterfinal. I'm going to go like 6-4, 6-5. I think it'll be very tight. But I think if this is to be the moment where Peter Wright wins a night at the Premier League, it'll be in Aberdeen. I'm going to go Peter Wright to beat Michael Smith. The second quarterfinal then, excuse me, is Luke Littler against Nathan Aspinall. Again, this is another tight one. Both players are playing some exceptional darts at the moment, and it is generally hard to call. However, I am going to go with Luke Littler. He just won the Euro Tour at the weekend, so that's going to give him that improved confidence going into this night. Of course, he is top of the Premier League as well. I'm going to go Luke Littler, probably like 6-3, 6-4. The third quarterfinal then is Michael Van Gerwen against Rob Cross. Again, this is another one where I just think Rob Cross has just not had the best of Premier Leagues at all. The same as Gerwyn Price when we talk about him. I do think Michael Van Gerwen is going to have way too much in this quarterfinal. I'm going to go 6-2. I think Van Gerwen gets over the line really comfortably against Rob Cross. And that's the same for the last quarterfinal. As much as Gerwyn Price is my man and he's my player, obviously I am Welsh, but I just love Gerwyn Price. I do think this is going to be where Gerwyn Price loses around 6-1, 6-2 as well to Luke Humphries. Again, Gezi doesn't really like the Premier League that much, especially this format. We've already seen him come out and say that he doesn't like the format. I'm going to go Luke Humphries 6-2. Moving on to the semi-finals then. The first one, Peter Wright against Luke Littler. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Peter Wright into the night 14 final. I just think that sort of the confidence of playing in front of a Scottish crowd. If he beats Michael Smith in the quarterfinals, he's going to be on a massive bounce going into that semi-final against Luke Littler. And I think that Peter Wright makes the final. Moving on to the second semi-final, Michael Van Gerwen against Luke Humphries. I think both players would have got into the semi-finals based off an incredible, easy performance in the quarterfinals against the very out of form Rob Cross and Gezi Price. I'm actually going to go for Luke Humphries to beat Van Gerwen. I think we're going to see Luke Humphries get to the final. Luke has been off the boil in terms of his quality A-game. We've not seen the best of Luke Humphries recently, and I think he gets to the final tomorrow in Scotland. So that leaves the night 14 final, Peter Wright against Luke Humphries. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Peter Wright wins the Premier League night 14 in Aberdeen, in Scotland. I think that the Scotsman wins it in Scotland. And I think Peter Wright beats Luke Humphries in the final 6-4. A very bold statement saying that Peter Wright is going to win the night. However, it's in Scotland. He's in awful form. And I think the fans are going to drag Peter Wright to victory. It could go terribly wrong and he could lose to Michael Smith in the quarterfinals, which very easily could happen. But I've got Peter Wright to beat Luke Humphries in night 14. Let me know your predictions down below. Let me know your thoughts on night 14. Great to producing content again for you guys, and I will see you tomorrow night for reviewing all of this in Aberdeen. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you guys later.